Hello everybody, welcome to Country Girl with Kathy Jarvis, and today we're going to talk about my ball python. Now I got this snake back in 2007, I think, and this was his setup, except he had a smaller water dish than what he's got now. And to tell you the truth, he's been having some trouble shedding recently. So I did research on YouTube, and I found out I have been doing so many things wrong that I am surprised that he's lasted all these years. But like I say, he's having a lot of trouble shedding, and this has been an ongoing problem for a few years. The last time he really did not shed well at all. So, we're going to make a few changes in this tank. First thing I did was I took out the small little bow and added one that was, gosh, almost 4 times bigger. This bow allows for more humidity to come up and allows for him to get into there and soak if he feels like he needs to get hydrated. The next thing I did was I had heat lights on him all the time. I had this one on during the day, and I had this one on at night. Well, I found out that they do not need light at night. They do not want light at night. They prefer darkness. So, one of the lights was taken away. It didn't really matter which one, but I took this one, which was the brightest of the ones. I took that one away. That left this one. This is not as bright a light, and it gives off heat, which is what he needs. Now, I need to increase the humidity. That's how come he's so dry and not having trouble with this scaling. Now, he is in a snake enclosure, but it has a wire top all the way across, which does not hold in humidity. So I cut a piece of foam board and put that and covered most of the top, just leaving enough for the light and for air circulation. You don't want to cover it completely because there's no other hose in this tank for him to get fresh air, and they need good air. So that increased the humidity somewhat. Still not as well as I would like. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this water bow and put it more towards the heating side. And we'll see it, and we'll wait a few days and see if that will work. Another thing I've been doing, I've been changing his bed, his substrate. I've been changing it once a year, and I've been keeping it dry. Found out I'm supposed to change it at least once a month, once every 2 months at the most, and it's supposed to be slightly damp. Not wringing out water, but just slightly damp. Did not know that. So I just put this in and I did not dampen it. So I've got some things ordered for him. I'm waiting for them to come. So when they come, I'm going to redo the rest of the enclosure. So I'll show you those when they arrive. Okay, one of the things I did right but did wrong for the snake was I put an under the tank heater in here, but I put a too small one. It should cover about a third of the tank, and mine only covers like here. And I plugged it directly into the outlet. What I should have done was used a thermostat with a probe. Now this comes with a suction cup and the suction cup does come off. So I'm going to take the suction cup off, and I'm going to put this probe underneath the glass in between the heating mat. So that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, the reason you put the probe underneath and not in with the snake itself is that it's not supposed to get wet. And if it gets wet, it could change the temperature. Now I've got this set for 90 degrees now. And as you can see, this is why you have a thermostat. It originally read 130 degrees when I put it on. So it's going down towards the 90. Okay, he was still in feeding mode, so I had to use my snake hook to just barely touch him on the nose, and he went into his hidey. So he's in the hide, and while he was there, I made some changes in his enclosure that should help. It's already brought the humidity up to where it's supposed to be. I had to change out lights because the other one was not making it warm enough for the air temperature. The underneath belly temperature is fine. It's at 98.9 right now, and then so that's pretty good there. It's a lot better than 130. I added a new hide for him. Now this one is more open because this is the cool side, and you don't really want him to be hot, but you want him to be comfortable. I moved the water a little bit closer to the heating so that it evaporates more and adds more humidity. I put dampened the substrate so it's like it's supposed to be. And then I added a backdrop, which you can't really see very well right now, but it kind of makes it a little bit more enclosed for him. As you can see, humidity is getting pretty good, and it's starting to steam up the windows a little bit. So to do that, I'm going to vent this just a little bit right now until we get this to the right point. Like right now, it's at 80, which is good for him, especially since he's shedding right now. So we'll keep an eye on this for the next hour and see what other little tweaks we have to do to change it. But I'm not exactly happy with the red bulb. I like the other one better. But I can, if this works, I may have to get another thermostat to control that temperature as well. But that's the way it is. It's a lot better than what you had before. So I hope you've learned something. I definitely learned a lot. And I still got one more thing coming for his tank, and that is another thermometer to put on the cool side so I can keep track of the temperature there. And also a infrared temperature gauge gun so I can just check the temperature from outside without having to open it up and actually manually checking the temperature. So, hopefully you enjoyed it. Remember, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.